The Good Buddies Anime Podcast is hosted by two rowdy, foul-mouthed American cowboys. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, Good Buddies, what's up, and welcome into the Good Buddies Anime Show. I am your Good Buddy Roger.
And I am your good buddy Brandon.
You hear those pipes, dude? Clean, clear,
Can you
good
believe
to go.
it? Can you believe it? They're clean and clear. So here's the thing. We're doing the tier list, formerly Good Buddy Brandon's
Yeah, this probably should have been out a couple of weeks ago.
Dog, we could have had it out like 3 weeks ago, but also the bad old 19 done hit us hard, baby. We had it. We're over it. We're good now.
It got Corey. I think last time we recorded, I was like, "Oh yeah, Corey's sick."
And then next thing you know,
and then I was sick, and then Brandon was sick. Now, is it correlated? Did we get it from each other? I doubt it.
I don't think so. No, I'm fairly certain I got it at work.
Yeah, that's where I feel confident because we had somebody sick at work.
Anyway, that's enough about our personal lives. Let's talk about it.
We got it, and we made it through. And thankfully, we made it through pretty easily.
We did indeed. And now we're here to do our
talk about some of this shit right here.
Quad annual, I guess. We do one for each season. It is the winter 2022 anime season. We are talking about a bunch of new shows. We don't do sequels, although there are. I mean, this season is mostly. There's a lot of really good sequels. And we're gonna break them on down, talk about them. We got your S's, we got your A's and B's. Those are all S's, obviously the tippy top. A's and B's are doing just fine. We got the C's. Those are cliffhangers. They're okay. D is a special one because that's the dozers. That's the sleepy boys that are just kind of boring. And then we got the F's, which should go right back to hell where they crawled out of. And Roger, I want to just say before we even get started, I told you this before. I'm grading on a curve a little bit.
Okay.
Because I think what I told you is like if there was,
maybe our good buddy Josh said too. He's like, you shouldn't have to grade on a curve, but
fair enough.
You know what? It's the man's tier list. So.
I get it. Here's the thing: it's my tier list. And I'm right, because that's how these tier lists work. Obviously, my opinions are my own, and they may not be yours, and that's totally fine. It's all okay for us to be different, and if you disagree, just bask in the glory and the knowledge that I am wrong, and you get to feel superior to me, because that's how it works, man. But personally, like, I'm just gonna say, if there was like a Sunny Boy, if there was an odd taxi, if there was an odd taxi this season, I don't know that anything here would get S. Maybe one or two. Maybe. But for me, I got a couple up there. We got a few in the middle. We got a couple on the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and get to them right now. Let's just hit it, man.
Alrighty.
I want you to start us off. Pick us one. Get going. Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's start with... And
you actually watched a few of these. I can't believe it.
I sure did. I sure freaking did. Let's do with one that I've seen. Let's go with one that I've seen first.
Okay.
Let's go to Police in a Pod.
Damn, boy. Can you believe it's actually the first one on my big, long list here? All right, so Police in a Pod is what we call copaganda.
It sure fuck is.
It's a cop show, a little bit of a propaganda cop show. It's a rookie cop who's about to resign, and then a new sergeant comes through and reaffirms why they do what they do and who they do it for. And it's like... It's honestly not the worst show I've ever seen. It's a bit boring.
Yeah.
It does that whole police are people too thing. It's like, well, yeah, they are. They also chose a profession that, inherently gives them power over other people. Yeah. It's kind of fucked up. And they play with that a little bit. It's like Homegirl is this close to getting it, and then she's like, I'm going to stay a cop. So apparently, two things about this one. One, the first 2 episodes are apparently the pilot, and they just kind of split it. I only watched one. Did you only watch one?
I only watched the one.
We both only watched one.
I only wanted to watch one.
Yeah. And secondly, if you're into it, apparently one of those cops is voiced by the same actress as 2B from Nier Automata. So if you're into that, go for it, I guess. If you're as horny for that robot ass as everyone I see on Twitter is. And that's nice. But otherwise, I found it quite boring. 1312, ACAB, all that stuff. Yeah, what did you tell me? You said you wanted to put an F for fuck the police.
Yeah, put an F for fuck the police.
I think it's more of a D personally. Okay. I found it quite boring. Honestly.
Okay, well, it's your list, and we're gonna put in D for. Damn, this show sucked.
All right, fair enough.
It just was so damn boring, dude.
It was really boring, right? Like nothing happened. And see, that's the thing. I only found out afterwards that apparently it's like a 2-parter intro. Like they didn't make it an hour long. They just split it. So apparently I'm going to assume that maybe episode 2 is better. I'll go ahead and take one for the team and watch that second episode, but I don't think it's going to move all that much.
Yeah, well, and also
maybe I'm wrong.
I thought maybe, it seemed like maybe they were going to try, and they did tinker with some humor here.
A little bit.
And I think they tried to be funny, it just wasn't.
Yeah. When you first texted me about it, you said it like kind of seemed like maybe a Yuri thing. And I'm like, they got you, baby. They got you with the queer baiting. That's what that's called.
Yeah.
No. All it was is like homegirl shows up and she's like, wow, she's so beautiful. And they never mention it again. I don't believe it, but hey, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I was like, I was hoping, Reno 9-1 on the anime or something
that
like
would
that.
be, I'd watch the fuck out of that.
And that is not what Police
Give
in a
me
Pod
a
is.
dangle. Just goofing.
Yeah.
New boot goofing.
New boot goofing.
All right, give us another one, man.
Worlds in Harem, dude. I know you want to talk about this bad boy right here.
I knew you would. All right, so here's the thing about Worlds in Harem. Story-wise, we got a dude. He's got a terminal disease. He gets frozen for 5 years until a cure for that disease is found, only to be awakened into a world where a different disease has killed off 99.9% of all the men.
It's that COVID-20, dude.
No. Oh, my Christ. But now he wakes up in this world that's almost nothing but ladies, and them women are desperate for some of that baby batter, but my dude wants to save himself for his sweetheart who is now gone missing. Oh, where is she? And so the big titty doctor who was put in charge of him decides to simultaneously test his commitment and also fulfill her own mission by throwing a bunch of hot, young, breedable babes at him. This show has the nerve to be basically porn, and it is so horribly and inelegantly censored with these big black scribbles over everything. It's also just kind of boring on top of that. I really feel like if you need some titties, like, go ahead and get the Blu-ray and get the uncensored. I don't think it's going to be worth it anyway, because that first episode was boring as all hell. But I don't know, man. I'm not into the fan servicey stuff. Maybe I am looking a little too far into that, but it was just so, the censoring, like, I really tried to give it a chance. I was prepared to be like, hell yeah, give me some cooch. And it was like, it literally looks like someone just took a Sharpie over all the bits. Yeah. And it's like, wow. And this just sucks. So it's a D for me.
Okay.
Boring as hell.
Okay. Another D, okay.
All right.
Going to the big D and don't mean Dallas, am I right?
Hell yeah. I guess so, dude.
Dude, let's go up top. Let's talk about Q.
Q. All right. So Q, let me find it on the list. Q is a cute enough show where way too many girls, like there's seriously 15 girls and then 2 supervisors. These 15 girls are going to be voice actors. In fact, this one does a pretty fun thing where like the first thing you see is a completely different show, and it's got like really decent animation. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the the older Miyazaki's and whatnot. And the whole thing is like you're seeing this show that has nothing to do with what this show appears to be about, and then it turns out, oh, this is a girl watching this doing the voice of the girl character. It's like, that's pretty cool. So they pair, there's a bit like there's way too many of them is the thing. I'm not gonna remember any of these names. They pair off, they read a script, and then it's off to a like voice actor like tryout for episode 2. And honestly, it seems fine. It's a little bit tedious. It's got that rad opening. I don't know. It was fine, but it's not the kind of thing that I think I'm really gonna absolutely stick with. But if you want to see like some pretty cute girls doing some voice acting stuff and a little bit of like behind the scenes whatnot, I think it's worth watching. I think it's a B.
All right.
Put it in a B.
It's a B.
We got away from the D's. We got a B.
Okay. Let's just keep it up at the top for now. Tokyo 24th Ward.
Tokyo 24th Ward is this one is a double length premiere, which historically have not had a good track record. I think most of the time those first episodes when they're double length, they're like 40 something minutes, they don't work for me. This one I think is fine. Real quick, if you have not watched this yet and you have Funimation or whatever, go ahead and pause this and watch the first half minute of this show. Welcome back. So that kid has nothing to do with the rest of the show, but what a weird way to start, right? Quick spoiler alert, skip ahead 30 seconds. It starts with what appears to be traffic like cam footage of like a crosswalk, and there's just people going, and then a little kid starts to run across the street and gets hit by a van. And it never comes back. It's like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? Anyway, so this show is about a jock boy, an artsy / hacktivist boy, and a rich politician boy who wanted to be heroes, but when duty called, they couldn't save their friend when the school burned down. It's all very dramatic. Years later, a year later, they don't talk much after that, but after running into each other, they get this all simultaneously get a weird phone call from their dead friend, which apparently hacks their brain, which I use that term because...
And the dead friend is not the kid that got hit by the bus.
No, the dead friend is a pretty girl.
Okay.
But so it hacks their brain, which I say because they get a phone call, it shows them a vision, you see the camera go past the phone into their ear, and then when it comes back out of his eyeball, they've got these weird, like, crazy looking, like, Sharingans. And now Jock Boy is actually a superhero. He's just leaping from building to building and turning over cars. And Hacktivist Boy is like super smart. He's like hacking traffic cams and like getting into like government shit. And Rich Boy Politician is really good at talking to people. So that's the show. And it literally throws first episode. It's the literal trolley problem. There's a train full of people. Someone's going to get hit. You can stop the train and save that person. But the only way to do is going to be to derail that bitch, or you can just let her get hit and save the people. It's like, yo, this is fucked up. So it seems like every episode is basically going to be them given an impossible situation and then overcoming it. I've watched 3 of this one. I think it's okay.
Okay.
But also, I don't know. I mean, it's got really good art. It's a little jumpy at times. You know what? It's our first day.
You know what, dude? Our protagonists in this all sound like they might invest in NFTs.
Nah, I don't know about that, but I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A. Subject to change, I give it an A. All right, go ahead.
All right, man. Let's. I'm gonna keep going this way.
Oh no.
A Kibi sailor uniform.
Oh no.
We got shit that I want to talk about up here.
Roger. Oh no. Okay, so I'm just gonna read what I wrote on this one. So there's a small town girl. She's going to the big high school that her mom used to go to, and she found a picture of her mom when she was in school, and they had these great sailor uniforms, and she's always dreamed of wearing one of those sailor uniforms. And only to discover, once she has her sailor uniform and goes to school, that they've now switched over to blazers, and she decides she's going to wear that sailor uniform anyway, and the friggin' principal is like, yeah, I'm cool with it, because that's, it's her dream. And here's the thing, is this show bums me out so fucking hard, because it is beautiful to look at.
Yeah, this animation and the character design.
It's so pretty.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, dog. And it's like very dynamic. It moves really well. When she's like going to school that first day, she like stops and gets a drink of water. And it's like these little forested areas. She's like going at one of those little like, pump things they got and like getting a little sippy sip. It's really great. But then feet. Like when me and Haley watch this thing, we literally like we're watching, I'm like, okay, she's running. She like runs through the water at the beginning, and then like she gets a ride back to town. She's like looking at her feet swinging, and I'm like, okay. And then she's like on the phone with her dad who's not around, and she's like sitting on the couch all curled up. She kind of looks down at her feet. I'm like, okay. And then she's putting on her socks all slow, and then like you get a shot of her feet. And I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of feet stuff in here. And my girlfriend's like, I don't think I would have noticed if you hadn't said anything, but yeah, there's a lot of feet stuff. I was like, is this a foot show? I don't know. Is this a foot show? It feels kind of like a foot show. I'm about to spoil the end of this first episode. If you haven't seen it, we're a little late. There's like 4 of these out now. Maybe you already know. We get to the end of that episode, and she's about to go into the classroom where one person has gotten there before her, and it's like, oh, she's the early bird, but this person's an even earlier bird. And I'm like, Haley, it'll be a foot show if she goes in there and there's something weird with feet. If like, it's got to be kind of gross though. It's got to be like stepping on eggs or something. Like, that episode of King of the Hill with Peggy. It's got to be some weird shit like that.
Okay.
And we're both like, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm weirded out. She walks in. The camera shows her enter the room and then zooms back to a bare foot of another girl who is sitting in a desk across the room from her, who is clipping her toenails. And then she lifts the nail clippers to her face and takes a sniff. And me and Haley start screaming at the TV, just going, foot show, foot show. And look, if that's your thing, I'm not here to kink shame you, but it feels weird. It feels like, I don't know if you've heard of Elsa Gate. Have you ever seen those weird YouTube videos and those weird Flash games? It's like, it's Elsa, but she's pregnant and you gotta pull the glass out of her toes. It's like weird shit like that like, it seems so cute, and then it hits you with this. If it was called a Kibi's Happy Foot Show, I would be fine with it, but it's not. And it totally just, you can't surprise someone with that. Furthermore, I've watched a little bit of the next episode. About half a minute in, we already got feet, and I kept watching, and it's like, I really want to love this, but it's so like staring at these girls, like zooming in as they're putting on their lip gloss, and like, you know, really lingering on them as they're getting dressed for school and shit. And it's very voyeuristic in that way that, you know, I'm not into. And these are like young girls, and I just can't deal.
How were a boy ever, J.O.?
I just won't. Here's the thing. I'm not putting it in F because it is pretty to look at.
It's not an F for foot.
It's not an F for foot. I'm going to put it in C for, come on, man. Come on. I'm so upset because it's so fucking pretty to look at. And then it just hits me with all that. And
Okay.
I'm just lost.
All right, dude. You
All
ready?
right. All right, bring it.
All right, my dress up darling.
Oh, you know what it is. So my good buddy Roger watched this one, and he's absolutely in love
I'm
with
current
it.
on this one.
He's all the way caught up. I've only watched 3 of this one. So it's about a high school kid whose family makes Hina dolls, these little traditional Japanese dolls. He has worked to perfect the art from a young age, despite being made fun of and shunned for playing with girl toys. It's like, oh, you're so weird. Bleh. And now he's got a little bit of a complex about that. And now he's like a full-on loner. And he talks to his dolls, but then he finds an unlikely friend in the very popular super cute girl who wants him to make cosplay outfits for her. And he finds a kindred spirit because people look at her and they're like, she's so pretty, she's so perfect, she is literally the Polaroid of perfection, to quote Clueless. And then she's like, she's like a huge fucking nerd who loves the shit.
And she has a big hang up on, like, you know, people
judging her based on how she looks and what she likes.
And like she has her little charms and stuff, and like, oh,
she must be some kind of fucking nerd.
She doesn't like somebody to judge people for the things.
Exactly.
Like.
And suddenly, did we just become best friends? Yeah, basically. But also, she's into that kind of kinky shit, and she wants him to make her I don't have the name of the show written down.
Are you talking about the video game?
The video game. What's the name of the video game?
Slippery Girls 2.
Slippery Girls 2, the women, the maidens of the domination club or some shit like that. It's like, yo, what the fuck? So she wants him to make her cosplay outfits. What does she tell him?
She tells him all about Slippery Girls 2, and then stops. She's like, maybe I should go back to Slippery Girls 1.
And then she gives him the game to play so he can see what the character looks like. And is it his grandpa?
Yeah, he lives with his grandpa.
Walks in on him playing it, and he doesn't see what he's playing. He just hears like noises coming from the thing and dialogue.
Even if he did see it, I don't think it'd be much better.
He just kind of backs out like, well, he is at that age. It's like, holy shit. Okay, so it's very fan servicey. It's also very fucking cute. And it kind of feels like Smile Down the Runway, but with lower stakes. And I kind of love it.
You know what I like about this one, too, though, is that it doesn't lie about the fan service.
No, it tells you right up front.
I mean, she loves Slippery Girls.
Really great outro. I like the intro. I will say there's one of the characters she shows up as in the intro is like full on tan all over and seems to be a little bit tribal. And I'm like, this feels like something. But I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I think it's supposed to be kind of like
like a Ganguro style.
Yeah, like gal or whatever.
I get that, but also it made me a little uncomfortable. I don't know. We'll see if it shows up in the show. But I have this one down as an A. I am fully willing, sir, if you will it, to bump it up to an S.
Dude, let's put it in S for Slippery.
I know you would. I knew you fucking would.
Oops, it slipped.
Oops, it slipped. Yeah,
this show is really good.
People are watching the fuck out of this too. You said it was beating Demon Slayer in the
I don't know if it was my anime list or the Crunchyroll, like most viewed episodes or whatever. But it's above Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer.
I guarantee you the specific episode was number 2 when he's getting her measurements and shit.
It's been the last 2 weeks as far as I know.
Dog, all right.
Dude, in the last episode, man, wait till you see all the sweat.
Oh God. Does he go full on Brock Lesnar? Does he go full on Shane McMahon? Just so sweaty.
Oh no, he's not sweaty.
Who's sweaty?
She's cosplaying in very heavy black outfit.
No.
So there you go. I won't tell you much more because the show. I really do think you could probably watch it and you still think it's pretty cute.
All right.
Because you know what you're here for. They're not lying to you about it, and
It's honestly a cute show. I can't argue.
It is.
All right. What do you got next, baby?
Let's move away from the top. We got there. Let's go to the side here. Sasaki and Miano.
I actually do like this one quite a bit. So, Sasaki and Miano is a story of a high school boy who is super into boys love manga. He likes to read those stories about two dudes getting together and whatnot, etc., etc.
Two dudes, one couch.
Yeah, Jesus. He has a chance encounter with a tall and handsome upperclassman who's like a year above him or something. They talk, they get close, they become friends. And the thing is, the younger boy who's into the BL, he gets the other guy into it, and he's reading them, and he's like talking to him. He's like, yeah, I really like this story you gave me. I really like that bit at the end, at the end with two guys and they got together. I really like that part. And he's like, cool, dude. Fully oblivious that this dude is into him. Fully oblivious. He's like literally talking to him. He's like, hey, man, you're so cool. You want to go out sometimes? Like, wait, nah, I'm busy, man. What are you talking about? It's like, does not understand that this upperclassman is actually falling in love with him. And it's very cute. It doesn't move as fast as like a Horimiya, but it is really fun. It has a similar vibe, I feel like. And like the upperclassman is like literally just having these moments where he's like, man, I think he's really cute. I guess I learned something about myself now.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Well, turns out I'm gay.
It's really fucking cute. Cause like, it's cute, man. It's like when you realize you have a crush on someone, he's like, it just happens to be a dude. All right. It's really fucking cute, honestly. The art style is good. It is not as pretty as some of the other shows on this tier list, but I really enjoy this one. I don't know, man. It's pretty decent. Pretty good little rom-com. I think it's definitely the best like romance this season. We'll see if it actually turns into a full-on romance, but I put it an A. I think it's an A. I don't know if it's full-on S rank, because honestly, I mean, it could. Some of the art is never like bad, but it's like compared to some of these other shows, it's not as good. But it is decent. It's kind of got that washed out look. I know you're not into that.
Okay.
But it's really cute. I like it. What you got?
All right, dude, let's try out Salaryman's Club.
Salaryman's Club came out a little bit late this season. Only 2 episodes are out.
I wish I made a salary.
Right. So here's the thing about this one is, baby, we got another badminton show. Dude plays badminton, gets cut from the team because he doesn't want to play doubles, and he simply, as good as he is at badminton, he doesn't have the right skill to be a single star. And on his way home, he gets a phone call. First, he gets a phone call from his mom saying, don't come home because your room is now my new pet iguana's room, which is pretty fun. And then she literally basically tells him, deal with it, nerd. And then he gets a second phone call from a soft drink company that wants to hire him. Not to work for them, really. I mean, he'll work there, but really because they have a corporate league and they want him to play badminton for him. And of course, he instantly gets paired with the goofy but kind, like fun dude for a doubles team, and hilarity ensues. Really, really super cool, super clean, super dynamic art style. Really, really pretty to look at.
So, funny Hanibado.
Yeah, basically. With a bunch of dudes, with a bunch of cute boys. And I've only seen like a couple sports anime I like, but I really do like this one. I don't think it's doing like anything. It feels like it's doing all the regular sports anime stuff, but also it's really fucking good at it. And I kind of love this show, and I'm gonna put it in S.
Okay. Oh, S. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I really think it's an S.
I did not expect that.
No, watch that first episode.
Bam.
It's legit
S.
funny. It's legit funny, and also really fucking cool to look at.
Also, I did not suspect that. I meant expect that.
I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Also, like his whole thing. So he's basically got a superpower. They call it foresight, like he's a goddamn Pokemon, where he can tell by the way you're moving and your hips turn and whatnot as you're playing where you're gonna hit the ball, and that's why he's so fucking good at badminton. The problem is, as soon as whoever he's playing against realizes that's what he's doing, they can just fake him out. It's not hard to fake him out, which is why he's perfect for doubles, but doesn't want to play doubles. Ooh, really fucking cool show though. I actually like that one a lot. I was actually very surprised by how cool that one is. All right, what you got?
All right, man. Let's see if we can find us an F in here.
Find a stinker.
Let's see if we can find. Let's go with Love of Kill.
Baby, you found it. So, Love of Kill.
Dude, I had no idea. I'm fucking Yes.
We got to get you to Vegas.
Me on the Price is Right.
We got to get you to Vegas, baby. So Love of Kill is a full-on trash show about an assassin dude who runs across a hot spy girl during a hit and then just decides he's in love with her because he's like, I don't get to hang out with a lot of women during my job. He says as he's straddling her with a gun to her head, taking pictures of her because she's so pretty. Yeah. Like
Sounded
literally
good so far. Tell me more.
Very brief action sequence. He takes her down, is just on top of her, snagging pics at gunpoint. It's like fucked. It sucks. It doesn't get much better from there. Like her name is Chateau, which is weird. That has nothing to do with how bad the show is, but it is weird. And like the whole thing is basically him like stalking her and or forcing her into situations where like she's a secret agent.
She does not like this or want this.
She doesn't appear to at the beginning, and maybe it'll turn into that. I don't see how, because the dude's just a creepo. But like literally it'll be like, oh, she's got a mission, she's got to go find this bad guy, and she'll get a text because this guy's so good at his job that he not only figured out who she's supposed to be going after, but has already caught him and is like, I got him right here, he's all tied up, I mean I'll hand him over if you want to go get a coffee or something. It's like, this is fucked up. You literally had a gun to her head. This is fucked up. I don't like it. I mean, I'm fully willing to accept that maybe this one just had a bad premiere and it gets better, but I fucking hated it, and I think it's an F.
All right, dude.
So,
an F. Okay. We got one.
Fully prepared to everyone to tell me I'm wrong, and that's okay. I'm always wrong. That's how these work.
Well, let's take a look at Rusted Armors.
All right, so Rusted Armors. Let me find it on my list because I just got them all written down on one giant freaking thing here.
I've watched a few of these tier things now.
Yeah.
And they always kind of go from just the left and just go in order the whole time.
Yeah. You like to mix it up.
Yeah, we probably get people panic. They're like, oh, thank God they're about to talk to.
Oh no. Someone's really like you giving them a blue balls for not talking about Fantasia Songo.
Yeah, that's why I didn't stop on my Dress Up Darling.
You're the worst.
We gotta hit that one and then I'll move.
You're the worst. All right, Rusted Armors is a really terrible to look at CG fighting anime. There's a small secret village of gunsmiths. They're fighting back against this evil army who's blazing across their land. And it is truly awful to look at. It just sucks to look at, y'all. Like this is I don't know if it's as bad as like what was that? What was the one from like a year ago that was like super shitty? I can't remember.
Kestis
was pretty bad. No, there was a few other ones. X-Arm, that's probably it. Yeah, this one, it kind of sucks to look at, man. It does have, like, it's just bad to look at. The characters range from either, like, super obvious and bland. There's literally a dude with green hair named Deku. To borderline offensive stereotypes. And it kind of blows. It does have a pretty cute little live action scene at the end where the voice actors, a couple of them, like, visit places to talk about the show. But it mostly just made me sad because like they go to a shrine and the guy's like, they're doing the little prayer thing. He's like, what'd you pray for? He's like, I hope we get a second season. And I'm like, oh no. Oh buddy, no. Yeah, this is an F. Rusted Armors fucking blows, dude. It just, I'm sorry. I want it to do good because I want that boy to do good, but I want him to get a better job. I want him to get a better job is what I want.
Rusted Armors, it fucking blows.
Whatever, fucking blows, dog. All right, next.
Okay, let's see. Let's do. I can't read all this. She professed herself
a pupil of the wise man.
Okay, there we
go. Damn, you're knocking all these out at once, baby. So she professed.
Oh, damn, dude, am I hitting them good?
I think you are. She professed herself a pupil of the wise man. It's a VR MMO anime. The first half has a wizard named Danblf, which is a clever combination of Gandalf and Dumbledore. Okay.
Yep.
Who's like fighting these really ugly CG monsters and whatnot. And then the second half features I'm going to tell you what happens. Here's a dude. He's friends with the king of the land or whatever. There's all these different kingdoms and they're being attacked by monsters. He sends Danblf out. Danblf fucks him up because he's good at fucking them up. He's good at summoning like, warriors
and Gandalf.
Yeah, he's the best. He absolutely destroys these fools. Like straight up like Battle of the 5 Armies or whatever the shit's called. I don't know. 7 armies? There's an amount of armies. Just fucks up all these CG monsters, and then he's like, haha, job well done. And then we cut, and then there's a sexy girl who wakes up in the forest. There's no dialogue in this part. It's just like this kind of generic music playing. She wakes up, eats some grass for some reason, and she goes to town, puts on a robe or something that she finds, goes to town, no dialogue, no description, no idea of what's going on here, doesn't say anything. And that's the episode. Like, that's the whole, like, last 7 minutes of the episode. And if I didn't read the description, I wouldn't know that apparently what happened is dude didn't play the game for a while as Danbolf, and then he logged in, and like I guess he used like a thingy to change his character. He's like, oh, this will be fun, I'll make a different character, but then like didn't have another one to change back when he changed his mind. So now he's a sexy lady. That's the whole show. And if the show can't bother to explain that to me, I can't be bothered to watch it. Fuck this show. It's an F.
Too meta, huh? Too meta.
I mean, it was just nothing. It was like, what's even the point here? The art's not even that good. CG was real bad. I don't know, man. But yeah, I did not care for this one.
All right, dude. Let's check out Requiem of the Rose King.
So Requiem of the Rose King is one that like I'm kind of torn on. The only way to describe it is interesting. Not necessarily good, but interesting. It is loosely based on Shakespeare's Richard III and Henry VI Part 3. It follows the Richard III as his father and brothers fight the War of the Roses. Richard wants to fight, but his doting father will not let him. His daddy's like, no, you're too good a boy. I cannot let you do that. I love you too much. You stay home. And his mother fucking hates him, says he's a demon child. He also hides a dark secret. I'm going to go ahead and say spoiler alert here. Skip ahead 30 seconds.
He is indeed a demon child.
Skip ahead 30 seconds, starting right now in 3, 2, 1, go. Interesting. He is intersex. So there's several times that characters interact with this person and say, oh, that's a woman. But his family tells him he's a boy. He says, no, I'm a boy. I am my father's son, and I'm here to kick some ass. Kind of interesting. Again, nothing about this show is like all that great, but it's interesting. The art style is really like stark and goth, and it's really interesting, but not good. It's really interesting. I'm torn on this one, man. I will say this, like, I think...
So are you trying to say that it's good, not great?
I'm saying I think it's not good. Okay. I think it might not be good, but I do like watching it. But here's the big thing is like, this thing, it's based on 2 different tragedies, and baby, there is no joy to be had here at all. If you watch this thing, it's mostly just going to be like, huh, that's interesting, but not good, and weird, and kind of fucked up and really sad. And that's going to be the whole show. And apparently the manga's really good. People love the manga. I don't know if this is a great adaptation. I'm going to give it a C. But it is, again, C. Two words to describe this one. Interesting, joyless. So there you go. If you are in a very specifically like kind of dark goth point in your life, I think you could have some fun here.
Okay.
But it's kind of fucked up. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of lost on that one. I am still watching it.
Okay. Dude, let's check out the strongest sage
with the weakest crest. Yes. So the strongest sage with the weakest crest.
Sorry, that text is very small.
Is very small. Again, they make these titles so long that I can't fit them on the little thingy, so I got to go with it. So the strongest sage with the weakest crest is about a stupid OP, despite being bored with the failure crest. MC, our main character, who is such hot shit that he shows up in his town. He aces the magic school tryout so hard that they have him teaching a class, and then he represents his school in the school versus school magic battle, where he not only whips everyone's ass, but exposes a conspiracy of demons by defeating one of these said demons. So they don't explain a ton. I mean, damn son, right? They don't explain a ton, but you glean very quickly that this is a world where people are born with crests. There's like the 1 crest that's like the good one, it's considered. Then the 2 and the 3 are like okay, and then the 4 is like the bad one. Oh, that's the failure crest. Well, he's got the failure crest, and he's proving that fuck all that, he's the best, he's the hottest shit. Turns out, I think he's like some kind of sage from the future, and he's reincarnated, or from the past he's reincarnating. I don't know, to get stronger or some shit like that. Now, if that sounds like a lot, because that's all in one episode, it's because it is. This thing is based on a novel, but it appears that they are really speedrunning that bitch. And there's 2 reasons they would do that. Either there's a really cool arc they want to get to, or more likely, in my opinion, it seems like the production company doesn't have faith in the story. They just want to slam jam through it. Either way, it's capital JF just fine. It kind of reminds me of the Misfit of Demon Academy, but like not as absurd and fun yet. I will say, that they did get me with one joke at the beginning where he meets girl and then he meets girl's sexy blonde friend with the big titties, and sexy blonde friend with the big titties is so immediately taken by this dude that literally the first thing she says to him is, "I don't have a boyfriend." And I was like, yeah, it's kind of funny. But then the rest of the show is just kind of boring. I'm going to give it a C. I think it's a C. It's fine.
Okay.
What you got?
All right, dude, let's talk about, let's knock out some more of these long ones. We got Life with an Ordinary Guy.
Who, hang on, let me find it on my list and make sure I say it right.
Reincarnated
into a total fantasy knockout. All right. Okay, so there's these two 32-year-old business boys.
I know which one. I know what anime this is.
Yeah, there's these two 32-year-old business boys. One is handsome and strong. He literally looks like the dude from Big O. Looks like Roger. What's his name? Roger something?
Roger Smith.
He looks like Roger Smith. And all the girls are hot for this guy. And the other boy is perfectly average, desperate for affection, and of course doesn't get any because he's always hanging out with his super hot buddy and he gets all the chicks, so there's nothing left for my guy. So handsome boy doesn't trust women, only wants to hang out with his bro, average boy. And average boy is so bummed he can't get a date that he drunkenly rambles about how he's so lonely and sad he wishes he was a woman. And then goes on to say, yeah, like a lolly type babe with soft blonde hair. So then a love goddess shows up and isekais them into a fantasy world, transforms a boy into the lolly type of his dreams, and then tells them they need to go defeat the evil lord or something, and then cast a spell on both of them that apparently is supposed to make them, it makes them super horny for each other, and apparently that means that they'll want to break the curse by going and defeating Demon Lord, because that's what'll do it. Really, I think it's going to be one of those things where it turns out that doesn't make them super horny for each other. They just are super horny for each other. Because here's the thing, man. If you got all the women, but you don't want all the women and you hate all the women, you don't want to hang out with women because you don't like them, you just want to hang out with your bro, I got some news for you. You're in love with your bro. And that's fine. And I don't care how drunk you are, if you ramble about how you wish you were a woman, I think you want to be a woman. And then now they kind of are falling in love with each other. It's like a weird gender bend, like Love is War kind of thing where they don't want to admit they're hot for each other, but they are super hot for each other. And I think I like it. It's like kind of like trash, but good trash. I don't know, man.
It's your trash, dude.
It's the trash that got me.
Don't touch my garbage.
I'm gonna put it in B. I don't think it's good enough to be an A, but it's kind of funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hitting the spot. There you go.
Okay. All right, dude. Miss Kritsu. You're gonna have to read the rest of it. Yeah. I know what the show is.
Yeah.
But do I remember this whole damn title? I do not.
Miss Kuroitsu from the Monster Development Department.
Yes.
So there's a league of villains who battle these Super Sentai style heroes, which by the way, they did get they have like these kind of mascots in different towns who are Sentai heroes. They got like real ones in the show, which is kind of fun. Mm-hmm. And they employ a lab of monster makers, make my monster grow, that kind of stuff. They're the bad guys.
Yeah.
So they have to design new monsters every time there's a fight, and that is Homegirl's job. We follow the titular Miss Kuroitsu, who makes these monsters and deals with her superiors who are constantly fucking up. It's pretty cute. It's a little heavy on the fan service. There's a big plot point in the first episode that it seems like it goes through the rest of the episodes where like they are making a super badass Wolfman, but then the boss comes through. The boss, who is a cute little girl, comes in and is like, no, I want him cuter. So she twists a knob and makes him into a sexy girl, but he still has the mind of a man. So he pops out and he's like, why do I have tits? And like, it's a whole thing. There's a lot of like gender bend stuff this season, and the show is cute. It's a little weird in that regard because it's like they keep making jokes about it, and dude who again is a dude in a woman's body and is not okay with having this woman's body thrust upon him. It's a little bit gross in that regard, but it's pretty cute. I don't know, man. Based on that, would you put it in B or C? Because I'm kind of torn.
I would put it in B to even it out.
All right, B to even it out. I'm fine with that.
If you're listening to audio, you can't see the chart here, but now there are 3 in B and 3 in C.
Yes. What do you got next?
All right, let's see. Last long one here. The Genius Prince's Guide
to hang on, let me pull it up. Hang on. The
Gotta
Genius
get it.
Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt.
All
Now,
right.
if you hear that title and think, didn't they already do this one? Yes, there was a show that was almost exactly the same, but that one was an isekai about a dude who gets pulled in and he starts fixing the nation. This one is the prince of a middling nation who's in charge since his dad is sick or something. He hates having all that responsibility, but he wants to improve the nation's financials and political standing, not so he can make the nation
I
better.
wish somebody would do that for us.
Right? He not just so he can make it better, but because he wants to make it better and then sell it off so he can retire. He wants to make this nation more appealing, like some people speculate WWE is doing with all these releases.
Yeah.
So that someone will buy it for a bunch of money. That's the idea.
Apropos.
Right? And like, here's the thing. He's like just really good at faking it is the thing. It's honestly a little bit charming. Like he's an inspiring leader. He gives really great speeches. Not that he necessarily believes what he's saying, but ultimately it's a show about a snobby rich boy who is a quote unquote good leader only because that's the best way for him to get those peons he oversees to turn a profit for him. And I do not like this shitty man. That's it. That said,
Shitty man.
I do not like this shitty man, but it does have some pretty good reaction faces, so that's fun. It's not full on like, it ain't no GTO level, but it's got some pretty good reaction faces. I think it's a C.
It's C.
We are out of sync again, so now we got 4 C's and 3 B's. Got more C's than anything.
For shitty man.
This shitty man. I do not like this shitty man.
All right, dude. Let's talk about now. I can read the rest of these. So let's talk about Tribe 9.
Tribe 9.
It's been floating on the end here.
You saw an episode of this one,
I
right?
did, yeah.
Yeah. So Tribe 9, it's the year 20XDX. There's gangs that are called tribes. They vie for supremacy by playing extreme baseball, which is like regular baseball, but they jazzed it up. It's played on the streets. The bases are city blocks apart, and they use tech to enhance their physical abilities and whatnot. It's pretty fun. It starts kind of slow. I think the baseball scene is actually pretty fun, but
yeah.
I also feel like it's a little rote. I don't know. I've only watched one episode of this. I feel like I need to watch a couple more, but I started watching episode 2 and I was like, I want to watch something else. So maybe I'll get back to it, but I think it's fine. It is from the makers of Danganronpa, and the shows and character designs really show that.
So you can tell the character design.
I will say this. If you want to watch a show that's like from Danganronpa people and like has that look, fucking check out Akudama Drive, because I think that one's way better than this one, but also the show is okay.
America's extremist pastime.
What do you think? Is it B or C?
I think this one's probably a B.
All right.
I think it's a B.
B to even it out again.
Yeah,
Look at that. We're neck and neck, baby.
I think that one genuinely is about a B.
We're neck and neck, baby. All right, what you got?
But you know what? A lot of people might not think this would be. I think a lot of people do like this show.
Yeah,
I don't hate the show. I thought it was pretty good.
It's fine. I mean, look, B and A used to be the same level.
It's hard for me to care about baseball. I think that is part of it. If you have one baseball episode,
how very un-American of you, sir.
I work in a store that sells them baseball cards. I just don't fucking care.
You're just tired of looking at it. This guy.
Okay. So let's talk about Girls Frontline. I think this is based off of like a mobile game or something.
Yeah, and so honestly, I feel like Girls Frontline, if I'll just spoil this one, maybe just play the game.
Okay.
Honestly, like the game, I looked up a little bit of it. The game looks kind of cool, but so World War III happened and it was fought by cutesy girl androids named after guns. Now in the year 2060
God, only
something,
if we could be so lucky,
right? In the year,
I don't think ours is going to be like that.
They literally have like they have these robots that like are wearing big floofy dresses and their guns are underneath the dresses, so they have to lift up their dresses so you can see their thighs, and then their guns pop out from underneath the dress and start shooting. So like they have to lift their dress to shoot you. It's so fucking silly. But yes, it's the year 2060 something. We have a group of these T-dolls, as they are called, which I guess means tactical dolls or something, I don't know, on a mission to retrieve data or something, and fighting a bunch more powerful gun girls that they beat with a combination of tactics and teamwork. So like the big thing here is they have girls that are named after guns that hold guns. So there's a girl named M4, there's a girl named AR-15, there's a girl named M4A1, and she calls M16 Onisama. Like, it's fucking silly as shit. It's very goofy. If it leaned into the goofy, if it didn't try to be so serious, I think I would be really into it. But it's so fucking serious for such a goofy premise that it kind of just comes across as try hard and a little bit boring. Sure. It's a little bit bland for me.
Sure.
That being the case, again, maybe check out the game, because what little I've seen, if you're into those like gotcha kind of games, it looks fine. It's a C, I think.
It's a C? Okay.
I think it's a C.
Okay.
All right, what you got?
The Land of Liadel.
The land? You want to say that again?
Of Liadel.
Liadel.
Sorry, dude. I'm all jacked up. I'm all jacked up on these Z-Packs and these steroids.
You stupid asshole. So, in the Land of Liadel is a just okay VR MMO isekai wherein our main character was on life support when the hospital lost power, and then they woke up in the game that they had been playing in VR. So I guess they're dead, but got in the game somehow, or something.
Why wouldn't they?
So the big thing here is that it's 200 years after the last time they played the game. So they're a little confused as to what's going on. Everything's a little bit different, but also they were stupid OP. So they go to find their like big tower where they had their magic shit, and they're gonna do all the stuff. Stupid OP main character, a little bit of fan service. It's cute enough. It's a little bit slow. It's very predictable. Like, you know what's going to happen by the time it starts. So I think it's another C. There's a lot of C's this season, C, obviously. Okay. But yeah, I think the show's fine. Cool. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. All right, what's next?
All right. Let's see if we can get out of C. By maybe doing Orient. Let's check that one out.
Nice try. Orient is a show about demons who take over the land. People who fought the demons were called Bushi, and they basically don't exist anymore because the demons have managed to convince everyone, all the rest of the humans, that actually us, the demons, are the good guys and the Bushi are the bad guys. And now these two kids,
one of whom, motherfucking Bushi, right? Okay.
One of these two kids, one of whom's father was a Bushi and the kid is therefore ostracized for it, vow to fight these demons together. It's fine. It's very okay, kind of meh. As far as shonen type goes, it's far from the worst thing this season. That's probably Rusted Armors, but it's not no Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, or any of those. It's a C.
It's a C.
We got another C. I think the C's I think have run away with this one.
Taking it over, dude.
I don't think anyone's catching up to the C's. We got 7 C's now.
Yep.
The 7 C's of anime.
Yep. All these have to be B's to catch up, and I know at least one of these isn't a B.
Yeah. All right, bring it.
All right, dude. Let's talk about Slow Loop.
Slow Loop. So Slow Loop is one that, like, it's a pretty cute hobby show. There's a loner girl who likes to fish but doesn't like people. And she has a chance encounter with a big titty ditz girl, and they end up making friends pretty quick. And it, again, they want you to think it's gonna be Yuri. They want you, they for a second, because she, like, big titty girl, like, gets to the pier, and she's like, I'm gonna jump in the water, and she's like, bitch, it's autumn, you'll freeze. And she throws her line, hooks her sweater, pulls her back down, and she falls down, and the fish girl, like, runs over and, like, kind of falls, like, right over her, and she's like, are you okay? And, like, they're face to face, and she opens her eyes. It's like, oh, blush, oh, she's so pretty, that kind of thing. And in case you're wondering, oh yeah, if it was that, we would be taking a big old turn into haha Phil, because turns out, oh yeah, my dad died a while ago. He taught me to fish. My mom's getting remarried. I don't know what to think about it. That's weird. My dad's getting remarried. Uh-oh, they're sisters. Haha. No, I don't think it's gonna go all kiss and sister on us. I do think
sounds like a show that I would like.
I think it's very cute, honestly, is the thing. That's the thing. I think it's very, very cute. It's like,
I do like fishing, and I do like a left turn into haha.
I think check it out. For you, honestly.
Okay.
Because, like, I'm gonna watch a little bit more of it. I've only seen that first episode, but that first episode was very cute. It's fly fishing mostly, so it's a type of fishing I'm not familiar with, and you get some cool info on it.
Yeah, dude,
you gotta whip it. You gotta give it a whip it. You gotta whip it. And the other thing is the big titty girl. Actually, you get a couple scenes with her, like, where she's showing you how to cook the stuff. So it's like 2 hobbies. You get a little bit of both. I hope they keep that up. It's really decently cute. I think it's a B. I think it's really cute.
Okay, so
we're
catching up.
I don't think for a fucking second it's actually gonna go kissing sisters on us. Which honestly would probably be a more interesting show, but a very different show. And this feels like just a really cute little hobby.
But if these
show.
sisters kiss, are you cool with it?
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're stepsisters, you know?
No chromo, am I right?
No chromo, as you say, you fucking monsters. You're the worst, Roger. You're the worst.
All right, man. We talked about some girls. Let's talk about some boys with Futsal Boys.
Futsal Boys. Okay, so I still am not 100% sure what futsal is because it appears to be like indoor soccer, but they don't play it indoors in this show. I don't know. It's another sports anime with a bunch of cute boys who are indistinguishable from one another other than their inexplicable hair colors. And you know the thing about these boys? They play futsal. Damn, who would have thought? Futsal appears to be just soccer, but a cursory Googling suggests there are some differences. I still am not sure. The show doesn't care enough to explain that, and I don't care enough to dig any deeper, and it was mostly just boring. I think it's a D. It's fine.
It is a D.
It's fine. I think it's a D.
All right, dude. So we got 2 left. Let's talk about Sabiki Bisco.
Ah, okay. Don't want to end on a high note, I see.
Okay, hold on. No, let's switch it around.
All right.
Let's talk about Fantasia Sango.
You were
Realms
just
of
really,
Legends.
you really wanted to make sure the one on the far left was the last one, didn't you?
No, I wanted to make sure. Well, my idea was, I know about this one. I don't know about the other one.
All right,
so
fair enough.
I hear about something fresh.
You wanted to go
and
on a surprise. I see.
Yeah, but no longer. No longer. We're going to Fantasia Sango Realm of Legends.
So Fantasia Sango Realm of Legends is a pretty cookie cutter game adaptation set in the Three Kingdoms era of China. Dead bodies on the battlefield produce an evil miasma. That miasma breeds demons, and demons possess irregular folks. And these guys, these cool heroes that the show is about, exorcise and kill those demons. One of them is a hunter who is a small girl who actually inhales the miasma and transforms into a demon form to fight the demons. But the art style is pretty meh. The show is kind of boring. It's a lot of, honestly, I think I almost fell asleep on this when I rewatched it, and I wish I hadn't because it was pretty boring. So, D.
D.
You can do better. There are better action series this season. It's
D
a D.
for damn.
Let's talk about one of those
Good thing
better
we didn't
action
go out
series.
on a downer.
Yeah.
All right,
really
Sabiki
glad.
Bisco.
Sabiki Bisco is, so here's the thing. I'm 3 episodes in. I wrote this after watching 1 episode, so I know a little more than I did, but here's what I wrote down. I honestly don't know what's happening here, but it's fairly intriguing. So apparently a giant blew up Tokyo or something, and now there's just a big desert with a slum city and a strange rust sickness that may or may not be caused by mushroom spores. At least that's what the government is telling everyone, is that the mushrooms cause it. The show follows a kindly doctor who's trying to cure the sickness with mushrooms. They call him Dr. Panda because he's very pale and has a big black spot over his eye. And call me Dr. Panda. And it teams him up with a terrorist, one of these mushroom spreaders, who fires arrows that make giant mushrooms sprout out of stuff in an instant. And it's wild as hell. It reminds me a lot of Dorohedoro, but with better art.
Say it again.
It reminds me a lot of Dorohedoro with better art.
It reminds me of Dorohedoro mixed with Desert Punk.
Yeah,
This is what this reminds me.
I can see
of.
that. I can see the Desert Punk resemblance. And
Yeah,
I didn't
I
watch a
mean-
lot of Desert Punk. I never finished it.
Desert
But
Punk
it's decent.
is a lot less serious than this.
Desert Punk is a little pervy.
Well, I mean, Desert Punk is in a category. There's a. We'll have to talk about Desert Punk.
We'll talk about Desert Punk later.
But it's like a good mix between those, and the characters are fucking awesome.
Yeah, I
The
fucking love them.
characters are fucking awesome in this show.
I really like this one a lot, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
guess-
like his strong ass muscly sister Pawu.
Yeah, Paul
She
kicks
got a little
ass.
bit
And
of
she
rust,
does.
but
She
she,
also does have giant titties,
Oh, she sure does, but
and she kick a little ass.
but she know how to use them, dude.
Jesus
When
Christ.
she's swinging that big fucking girder around like she's still Lady Nanase or
Yeah.
something.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, reminds me a lot of Dorohedoro, better art, mostly because it's super random, but also because that's a lot of fucking mushroom. Terrorist dude Bisco rides a giant crab and is strong enough to pick up and hurl a hippo like 100 meters. There's a sleazy governor who runs the slub town with his goon squad that dresses like the Turks but with pink bunny helmets. And the doctor, who again is called Dr. Panda, is trying to cure his big titty sister's
Call him
rust sickness.
Dr. Panda.
Yes, trying to cure his big titty sister's rust sickness, even as she is trying to take down his new partner, because she also runs the anti-mushroom watch or something. And if that doesn't sound rad, I don't know what to tell you. The show kind of just kicks ass.
It's really hard to explain why this show is so awesome without you having to
Yeah.
physically look at it and also listen to it.
Yeah, it has really decent sound to you.
Oh, the sound design is fucking awesome. It's heavy. It's like, you know, I don't know that I would call it full on metal, but it gets pretty thrashy in there.
It does indeed. I will say, like, for me, I think it's an S. So let's go ahead and put it there.
Okay.
I will say that the structure of the episodes. Oh no! Oh no! What'd you do? What did you do?
I don't know.
It's in A. Put it in S.
S.
Hey, we got there. S for Sebequi, which apparently means rust eater. The structure of the episodes is a little bit jumpy. Like, it very often will jump from like different scenes that are happening like days apart even, and you kind of just got to use your best judgment.
I think that's only in the first couple of episodes.
It is, but then like they also do a thing where like at the end of episode 3 you get a preview for episode 4, and then in episode 4 that preview doesn't happen, so you kind of just have to remember that is gonna happen.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a bit where like they show you this thing happening, and then in episode 4 it gets you right up to where that's about to happen, and then cuts to after it happened. So you kind of just got to know that was a thing. It's a little weird, the structure of them, but honestly, the show has like really sick art, really cool music, really interesting story, fucking random as hell. There's a giant crab. He rides a giant crab.
Oh, the wildlife that changed whatever's happened to the world is fucking crazy.
Bitch flies a fucking plane that is a big slug.
Yes, it's a slug. It's a slug helicopter.
It's a slug copter. What the fuck?
And
it kicks ass, dude. The show kind of kicks
like
ass.
There's like a military force that's coming after him, and it's all just fucking like, oh, they released the hippos.
Yeah, dude, the fucking.
And if you watch the intro, you're gonna see these giant flying whales, these tuna flying everywhere. I almost ruined something in the last episode I watched, so I'm not gonna say that. But it was another creature that we saw. It's just. This show is fucking wild.
It's
man.
really weird. It's really cool. It's very random. I like it a lot. I think it's probably my personal number one, but Salaryman's Club and My Dress Up Darling are definitely up there.
Yeah, we'll slide it. I'll put it there since this is your list. We're gonna put it right there.
But you would have Dress Up Darling.
Yeah, probably. I like them both pretty. It could be a toss up by the end of them.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But honestly,
because I really am enjoying both of these shows.
There's a lot of decent shows, and I will say again, despite my putting some of these way down in like F and D and C, I'm still watching a few of the shows down there just to see like how it's going to shake out. But yeah, I think those are definitely my top threesies. And then like the A ranks are also very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's some decent stuff this season.
There's some good stuff.
But a lot of it is in the sequels.
A lot of it's in the sequels. Jesus Christ.
Obviously, Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Demon Slayer. One that, so maybe the show that is based on one of those gacha games that I am most into, Princess Connect Redive is back for season 2. And I was like, oh, let me check this out. I forgot how fucking funny that show is. That's on season 2, and it is so goddamn funny. Literally, if you're listening to this and you have the ability to, go watch episode 1 of season 2. You don't have to have watched season 1. It's fine. Yeah. Just watch like 5 minutes of it and laugh your ass off when this dude gets attacked by those goofy-ass wall-eyed wolves. It's fucking hilarious. It's so funny. I truly forgot how good some of these shows were, and I'm glad they're getting more seasons. We got more sequel series coming. There is one on here that I didn't actually list. Netflix has a thing, Orbital Children or something, that I just fully missed, so I'll check that out and I'll talk about it in a future ramble. But that's the list, baby. We just made the list.
We just made the list.
We did it. So yeah, there you go. Next time, we will not say next week because it might be a couple weeks. God knows.
Hopefully it'll be fine. We'll be right back on schedule and we'll be able to record this week. But
I think we will. Hopefully, but we'll see. But next time, we got to talk about it. We already mentioned it once.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that Demon Slayer season 2.
Baby.
The tomorrow, Sunday the 12th. Yep, Sunday the 12th will be.
Wait,
here.
Today's Saturday. Today's Friday.
Oh, is today Friday?
So 2 days.
Dicks, you're right. Yeah, it's on Sunday. So 2 days from now. So that'd be Sunday the 13th.
Yeah. That'll be episode of the, it's supposed to be the final one. It
really flew by.
Really flew by. But
then again, I kind of binged the whole of it right, a whole lot of it right at the
whole of it.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, a buddy of mine who I work with, who actually found another job. Congratulations, bro. Move on. He was telling me he reads the manga and he was shocked by how quickly the season was moving. And I was like, well, do we know how many episodes it's going to be? It could only be 11 because the last one was 24. And he was like, oh, you're right. Yep. Turns out, looks like this one's only 11. And goddamn this show.
You know they're going to want to put in more movies too.
Oh, yeah. That movie made $1 billion.
Apparently
made all the money.
Jujutsu Kaisen movie's doing really well too. So.
Shit.
Yeah.
It is the dawning of the age of the shonen.
Yeah.
We're back, baby. Like you thought it was just MHA. Nah, motherfucker. Look at this Demon Slayer. Look at this Jujutsu Kaisen.
We're starting to get some really good shonens that actually kind of respect you a little bit. So.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I still like, as much as I love Demon Slayer, it does kind of bum me out that like the main female character just doesn't have a ton of agency, but she does get an episode every now and then where she gets to just absolutely flip the script and be amazing, and I do like it.
Yep. And I mean, that's
literally can't talk. Kind of a bummer.
Demon Slayer is really great, but Jujutsu Kaisen is where it's at.
Yeah, I do think that if I'm looking at season 1 Demon Slayer versus season 1 Jujutsu Kaisen, I would give it to Jujutsu.
So good.
They're both very good though. Really good shows.
But yeah. So Demon Slayer next week, and then we'll have a full ramble then.
Yeah,
this episode,
these ones always go kind of long, so we're gonna cut it off right here. But thank you so much for chilling with us. It's always a pleasure. Thank you. If you enjoyed what you heard, or if you want to tell me how wrong I am, and I know I'm wrong, baby, bring it. Tell me about it. There's a number of ways to get in contact with us. Easiest way is to leave a comment on the YouTube channel where you may or may not be watching this. That's Rapid Kick Media. If you're checking out the audio podcast, check out the YouTube. Thank you so much for checking us out, but also check out the visual, because we got an actual list here. I made a tier list on Tier List Maker.
Don't come in looking for something
all that crazy.
Yeah, beyond low tier effort here, but
oh yeah, the amount of effort we put in here would for sure be a D. For sure. But I will say, I did pop open my old ass copy of Macromedia Fireworks 2004, and I did pop in these little, I got the drop shadow on those pictures. I got the good, like, it's the good kerning on the text on those little pictures. I did a little work.
You sure did.
I will say that if you look at the end of C there, the way they run together, it kind of looks like that's called In the Land of Orient Leodil.
So you did put some work in here. If we really want to do it, we could just add in clips of all the shows, and then
that would
come really on, zoom in on the things.
Come on, what are we, pros?
Yeah, and how much time you think I got? Not that much.
Not nearly enough, baby. We don't got an editor yet. But yeah, check us out.
If you want to work for free, let us know.
Jesus Christ. But if you wanna leave us a comment anywhere you see the name The Good Buddies, you can do that. All the links are on the description below. We've got the Facebook, we got the Twitter, we got the Discord. I always forget the name of the thing. We got the Discord, which sometimes I'm on. If you tag me, I'll see it. But yeah, it's a good old time. Beyond that, we do want to give a shout out to our musicians. Thank you so much for checking us out and for listening to this great music that was provided to us by our friends and family. Opening theme is, of course, Paperdoll from Married with Seamonsters, aka the Mary Janes. They don't exist anymore, but that track, as well as so many other hot fire tracks, are available on marriedwithseamonsters.bandcamp.com. And they are also on the Spoofy, where you can also hear our podcast, but also Spotify's kind of fucking up. So, I don't know, fuck them. We used to say fuck Spotify when we weren't on Spotify, and then we were like, hey, we're on Spotify. But now, kind of fuck Spotify. We are still on Spotify, though.
We are still on Spotify.
Yeah.
I ain't leaving. I ain't canceling my account. But
I canceled. I switched it. I found a cool website that'll switch your stuff over to another music app, and I'm currently using YouTube Music, and it's not bad. There's actually a decent amount of stuff you can get on there because it'll just pull it from a YouTube video, so someone will upload like that song that isn't anywhere else, and you can just grab it. Kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I like its shuffle feature better. It actually shuffles the songs. Fuck Spotify.
If I really wanted to go, I would go to that Apple Music, get that lossless quality.
Oh yeah, because you get the good version because you got an iPhone.
Yeah.
Anyway, check it out. We also want to give a shout out to our good buddy Haas, aka Thomastastesbetter on Instagram, aka DUNGEONWITCH on YouTube, for the use of our closing theme on the review portion of the show. That is, of course, The Buddy's Good. That track is The Buddy's Good, and I don't think it's available anywhere, but it does whip a little ass, and my boy shreds a little guitar.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Thomastastesbetter on Instagram. That's our buddy Haas. You can find him at Thomastastesbetter on Instagram and DUNGEONWITCH on YouTube. And of course, a shout out to our good buddy, A Petty Theft.
I don't have anything cool tonight. Here.
He's just clicking the mouse. So I always sometimes think, like, if this is someone's first episode, they're going to hear that and be like, what the fuck are they doing? That's how it's pronounced. 2 P's at the beginning, 2 T's at the end. The papetetas, that's Petty Theft. So we got a little bit.
Yep.
Give him the boots and pants. But yes, thank you again, Papetti Theft, for the use of our closing theme on the podcast, which we are still calling Sweet Anime Dreams. One more time, shout out to Papetti Theft. Thank you, Papetti Theft. You can find Papetti Theft on Twitter and on SoundCloud at Papetti Theft. Thank you so much. That'll about do it. Roger, you got one to take us out on?
I can come up with something if you don't have something.
I got nothing, baby.
Okay.
You know I got nothing.
Okay.
I've done all the talking and I'm tired. So let's bust on out of here. From all of us here at the Good Buddies Anime Universe, I am your good buddy Brandon.
And I am your good buddy Roger. And we got it up here in an S for slippery.
S for slippery.
Would you play Slippery Girls 2? Would you give it a go? Would you play Slippery Girls 1 first?
You know what? Yeah, I'd play it.
Yeah, give it a try.
Yeah, fuck it.